Hello, my name's Jackie Kulik, and this is a Microsoft Access 2010 tutorial demonstrating how to group and sort in a report and use the theme for your report in Microsoft Access 2010. We're going to imagine that you're programming some events for the library you work at. In our scenario, we'll have already created a database of the books we'll be using for these programs, as well as books that we'll be displaying in upcoming months. So our database is going to include all of the books that we plan on using in the near future for the library events. Therefore, we're anticipating a higher circulation of these books and need to have an idea of how many units of each book we already have on hand. So we're going to see how Microsoft Access is a tool we can use to make it easier to look in our database and find this information. This tutorial will be most beneficial for people who already have some familiarity with Microsoft Access. In a moment, I'm going to show you the database that we're going to be using for this tutorial. We're going to look at the group and sort features of Microsoft Access to organize our book inventory report based on the attribute of units on hand. This is going to allow us to look at the inventory of books that we have, and the books are going to be grouped based on the number of units of each. This is going to give us an indication of whether we have enough inventory for our expected circulation in the upcoming months. Although this tutorial is not going to demonstrate how to create a report in Microsoft Access, by the end of this tutorial you will be able to group and sort a report that you've already created in Microsoft Access 2010. You will be able to add a theme to your report or reports in Microsoft Access 2010. So let's go ahead and get started. These are the steps we will use to group and sort our report in Microsoft Access 2010. Step number 1 is to decide how you would like your report grouped or sorted. You need to have an idea of what you're going to be grouping based on before you get started. Step 2 is to right-click the mouse and choose the second option, the Layout view. Once you're in the Layout view, Step 3, you can see the Report tools and the Design tab. In the Design tab, click on the Group and Sort button. Step 4. On the bottom of your screen, you now have a Group, Sort, and Total pane to work in. Step number 5. Choose either the Add a Group or Add a Sort button based on your needs. Step number 6 is to select the field or fields you are grouping and or sorting. Once you've selected the field, you'll see the options appear for your sorting. Step number 7, you can choose how you would like to sort. You can choose A to Z or Z to A, smallest to largest, largest to smallest, and sometimes there will be other options to choose from. And finally, on the right side of the Group, Sort, and Total window pane, you will see a small arrow pointing up. If you hover over it, you'll see that it says Move Up. Click on it to apply your grouping and sorting selections to your report. And now when you view your report, you should see it grouped or sorted the way that you have specified. Right now we are in the book inventory report, and it includes the titles of all of the books that we are considering, the book codes, the units on hand for each book, and the price for each unit. And right now we're in what is considered the report view. If we want to work on grouping and sorting within the report, we're going to want to be in the layout view. So if you right-click your mouse, you'll see that we are in the report view. The second option here is the layout view. So if you click on that, you'll see the look of your report changes because you're in a different view. Up here at the top, now we have the report layout tools with the Design tab, Arrange tab, Format tab, and Page Setup tab. To do the grouping and sorting, you're going to want to be in the Design tab, and you'll see this Group and Sort button right here. And if we click on that, at the bottom of our screen we now have a Group, Sort, and Total pane. And right now our report has already been sorted by title with A on top, which basically means the book inventory report is in alphabetical order based on the title of the book. But to show you how to do some grouping and sorting, we're going to go ahead and X this out, and it will delete that. Right now the books are not really ordered in any significant way. So as you can see now in the Group, Sort, and Total pane, we have the Add a Group button and the Add a Sort button. I'm going to show you what happens when we just add a sort. And as you can see, when you click on Add a Sort, it shows you all of the different fields you can select from. We want the Units on Hand field, and we want to choose from smallest to largest, or you could do largest to smallest. So we have the Sort by Units on Hand from smallest to largest. Over here on the right there's a little arrow that points upward. If you hover over it, it says Move Up. When we click on that, it applies our sort to our book inventory report. So now, instead of being in alphabetical order, the books are ordered based on the units on hand from smallest to largest. So all of the books with 1 unit on hand are in the beginning, and it continues 2 units on hand, 3, 4, and 5, all the way to the end of the list. So this is good just to have an order, but this is not grouped yet. This is just sorted. So let's go back down here to our Group, Sort, and Total pane and X this out. Now you can see the difference when we add a group as opposed to simply sorting. If we add a group and select the field Units on Hand and group from smallest to largest, now we can apply this, and you'll see now the books are grouped. The unit on hand has the number 1 as the heading for this group, and all of the books with 1 unit on hand are now grouped together here. And if you scroll down, you'll see the next group with 2 units on hand, and 3, and 4, and 5. So this is even a little more helpful for having a quick glance. Okay, which books have 1 unit on hand? And then here are all of the titles. Maybe we need to order a few more of those books for the upcoming months. And there are a lot more ways you can group. As you could see, you could have grouped based on any of the fields, and then there's different ways to sort based on that. It could be alphabetical, or if it's numerical, it will be from smallest or largest. And then if you look, there are more options for grouping and sorting, involving entire value with no totals, with a header section, without a footer section. Do not keep the group together on one page. So there are a lot of ways that you can group a report to make it more beneficial for the viewer to look at and see exactly what information you're trying to convey. But for now, we have achieved the process that we set out to, and we have a book inventory report that is grouped based on the units on hand. And if we right click, we can go back to our report view, and this will show what the new report looks like. And as you can see, again, it's grouped with the titles with 1 unit, the book titles with 2 unit, and it's quite easy to now get a sense of which books we have enough of and which we might need more of. Adding a theme to your report is a good way to make it look more professional. So here are the steps to add or change a theme of a report in Microsoft Access 2010. First, make sure you are in the report you are going to make changes to. Once you're in the report, right-click the mouse and choose the third option, the Design view. You will see Report Tools now at the top of your screen. Click on the Design tab and then click on the Theme button. Now you can hover over various theme choices to see which one you would like for your report. Click on the theme you have decided to use. It will now apply to any reports in your database. And finally, you can also look at the color and font options to see if you would like to alter those in your report as well. Now we're going to go ahead and look at how to do these steps. So now we're back in our report view of our book inventory report, and we're going to look at how to change the theme. So now we're going to right-click our mouse, and instead of the report view or the layout view, we're going to choose the third option, the design view. When you click that, you'll see that you have the report design tools again with the design, arrange, format, and page setup tabs, just as you did in the layout view. Now we're going to go here to the Themes button, And when you click that, you'll see all of the different themes you can choose from. And as you hover over them, it does change the theme on your screen. So we'll pick something a little different. And once you click on that, then you can right click again, go back to your report view, and see the theme as it applied to your report. And you can change back in the design view. You can change the color scheme of your theme. You can create a new theme colors. You can change the fonts, or you can create new theme fonts. So there's really a lot you can do to change the overall look of your report if you feel that you want to maybe change the font of certain parts and leave the font of other parts the same to make a certain part of your report stand out. So this was the Microsoft Access 2010 tutorial. Now when you have a report in your database, you should have a better idea how to go about grouping and sorting your report and how to modify the look of your report. Thank you.